I've been making a lot of unhealthy things lately. Or have I? And does it really matter? So what we're going to do, I got the ultimate health food tonight. We're going to do a little riff on General Tso's chicken. Who's General Tso? Who cares, man? Where does a dish come from? Nobody really knows. And when you trace the etymology of a dish, you'll drive yourself crazy. Just try looking up the origins of pasta. You know, food experts will tell you, well, originally it was brought back from Marco Polo in China. Then you have historians that find it's been made by the Etruscans. And then you have people that find that it was actually used by the Arabians on their trip to China through the Silk Road. But at that point, after you get to about 3 layers of information, who gives a shit? What are we going to do? We're going to do General Tso's crispy pig's tails. That's what we're going to do. Spicy, sweet, salty. Let's get started. You know what these are? Those are pig's tails. Oh, gross. I don't feel so good. Just take it easy. I did these ahead of time. Okay? Cut them into about 1 inch, 1.5 inch pieces and simmered them until they're tender. It took about an hour and a half. Otherwise, I'd never get this bullshit done. Anyway, that's them. Set them to the side. We're going to prep our vegetables, we're going to prep our sauce, and then we're going to put the whole thing together real quick. Like I said, normally this would be done with chicken. It is probably one of, if not the most popular Chinese dish that there is. And again, the etymology of it, nobody knows because it shares a lot of characteristics of Hunan cuisine and the fact that it's really, really spicy and garlicky and chili laden, but it's also sweet, which is not a characteristic of Hunan cuisine. I'll shut up now. Green onions, cut the ends off. Cut them into about 2-inch lengths. And we're going to put those into a bowl. Okay. Garlic, lots of it. Got about 6 cloves here. And we're just going to smash it up a little. Nothing to it. Doesn't have to be pretty. Okay? That's what Mother Nature told me. You don't have to be pretty. And I said, thanks, but I feel so pretty. Into the bowl. Ginger. What's old and wrinkled and smells like ginger? Come on. You know, I had to get crude on this. Fred Astaire's face. So, cut up our ginger. Oh, and onto the floor with it. Just kind of like small pieces, matchsticks, or whatever you happen to get, into our bowl. Okay? Ginger, garlic, green onions. And at this point, we can go ahead and throw it in our pan. It's already preheated. I got to get these things started a day ahead because they take so goddamn long. Toss it around. Now for our sauce. Chicken stock. That's about 3/4 of a cup-ish. Soy sauce. Don't you hate those little stoppers they put on it? 1, 2, about 2 tablespoons. Vinegar. 1, 2, about another 2 tablespoons. Hoisin sauce, which is just chilies and vinegar and sugar and garlic and soybeans and stuff like that. And that's going to get about 3 tablespoons. I know you're not getting this, but you're going to see how easy this is to do. Sugar. 1, 2.5 tablespoons. That's it. Done. Turn that down a little bit. We're going to mix it up until the sugar starts to dissolve. In this back pan that's sputtering is oil for deep frying. So like I said, we're going to have a nice healthy meal tonight. It's got fried pork, lots of sodium, lots of sugar, non-complex carbohydrates, wheat starch. So we have gluten and everything that could possibly make everybody sick. Okay. Those are our cooked pig's tails. 1 egg. I'm going to take the spoon out of here and break that yolk up a little. And then we're just going to kind of toss our pigtails with the egg. Okay? Rinse your hands. You don't even really have to rinse your hands if nobody's here, but it makes it easier to cook. A bag with a little bit of flour in it. Drop our pigtails in. I think about time maybe one of you, if you live near me, should come over and start to eat this food and also clean. Okay? And we're just going to toss that around a little until all the pigtails are coated. Then we're going to take it out and we're going to put it in our oil. Oil's about 350 degrees. And how can you tell if you don't have a thermometer? If you take a wooden chopstick and you put it in, you'll see bubbles start forming around the chopstick, which is telling you that that's about the right temperature. And we're not really deep frying this. We're just going to do like one side at a time and turn it because I didn't want to have this shit overflow onto my stove because I'd never do another video again. Okay, back to our sauce. We're going to take our sauce, pour it in the pan. We're going to let it come up to a boil. Or if you're from New Orleans, we're going to let it come up to a boil. We'll put our pan in the zinc. Now as you put stuff into oil, it takes a lot of the temperature out. The temperature in the oil is actually going into the pork, and the pork is making the temperature of the oil lower. So you always have to adjust and keep an eye on it. Bring the sauce to a boil here in a second, and we're almost done. Once they start to get a little brown. And what I really like about pig's tails is they're chewy, they're gelatinous. They have that texture that I get reminded of cracking your knuckles. I don't know why, it's cartilagey. And I love that texture. One of the most bizarre dishes I ever did, what I think was really, really good, and it was a favorite of one of the few people whose palates I respect, was a lobster that I butter poached, and then I wrapped it in a pig's ear that I had cooked for about, I don't know, 24 hours till it was like really, 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 really tender, but still had that knuckle crunching texture to it. Okay, you can see our pig's tails starting to get crusty. We're going to give them about another 40 seconds, put it into our sauce, and then we're going to plate. That's how fast you can do it. Now what we would normally do in this sauce is put those little dried red chilies. I don't have any. We're going to use crushed red chili. And a lot of it. Okay? This is going to come out to be like a really spicy, sweet, sugary, pork-flavored gum, which I'm working on. That's one of my things I want to get into school vending machines. That and soup leather. So we take them, shake off the excess oil, throw it into our sauce. Pork flavored gum. Think about it, okay? There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I think I was going to do pasta tonight, something healthy, but I was going to make it really unhealthy. Chinese bowl, because I'm really stuck on that. And what we're going to do is let this sauce cook down until it glazes our pigtails, and then we're done. And it's going to go fairly fast. Also, the flour on the pigtails itself will thicken it just a little. You can use cornstarch if you can't. Some recipes call for cornstarch, some call for flour. I don't have any cornstarch, nor am I buying any. Rice. Get up there. I don't have time for you to not cooperate with me. Taste it. Make sure it's where you want it. If you want a little sweeter, add a little bit more sugar or hoisin. You want a little saltier, add a little more soy. Want a little more spicy? Add some chili, man. Fuck it. That's what cooking's about. At this point, if you had the ability to and the desire to, you could add some sesame seeds. I don't have any, and I'm not getting any. And guess what? We're done. Look at this. Chopsticks. Fancy, huh? Take our General's pigtails. Put them around in our bowl. Some of our green onions. In case you wonder why I keep clearing my throat so much, it's because I stopped smoking. Let's put one more in there, okay? You actually feel a lot worse when you quit smoking. And there you have it. Now, if I had something to garnish with, I would, but I don't. We'll put our chopsticks in there. See if I have anything to garnish it with? No. So, there you go. You could garnish it with sesame seeds, like I said, minced green onion, whatever you wanted to do. But I don't have anything. I guess, look, here's a little bit of green onion, okay? Right over top. There you go. Good enough. General Tso's Crispy Pigtails, or General Pete's Crispy Pigtails. And that's how fast you can do real Chinese, even though this might not be real Chinese. Could be American. Anyway, that's all. Later.